A few weeks ago, I posted a video called I Found a Place I Love and Now I Have to Leave. And I wanted to share an update because so much has happened since then. But first, I want to thank everyone for watching that video and leaving a comment and giving me a word of encouragement. I never really thought that this video would connect with so many people, and it was so nice to hear from others who love that region so much, like I do, or others who have the same experience having to leave a place that they don't want to leave. So thank you so much. And at the time that I made that video, I really thought that leaving Washington would be the hardest part. Not knowing at the time what the next few weeks were to bring. So we packed everything up and we drove cross country, me and my daughter and our senior dog, Romeo. And leaving Washington was much harder than I had expected because I really loved living there. I just really loved seeing the snow-capped mountains. At the same time, I was looking at the ocean and just a quieter atmosphere, at least in the region where I lived. It's just, that region just felt really right to me. The drive was exhausting, and it was just 7 days of driving all day, all evening, staying overnight in a hotel for a few hours. So by the time we arrived here, we were running on fumes. And I think when we first arrived, we were both trying to stay really positive and really giving the place a chance. But if I'm being honest, we didn't have that immediately, that feeling that we had in Washington. It was pouring rain, the traffic was overwhelming. Everywhere we looked, there seemed to be accidents and endless lanes of traffic. And emotionally, I don't think either of us had left Washington yet. I remember on our second night here, I said, okay, let's forget thinking about Washington a little bit and just watch a movie. So we put on this movie on Netflix called Remarkable Bright Creatures, which is a lovely movie. But almost immediately we looked at each other and we said, that's Washington. The movie is based around a fictional aquarium in Bellingham, Washington. And Bellingham was one of the places that we used to love to visit. We used to love going to the waterfront with our dog there, and we had our favorite crystal store. And I remember thinking, oh, even here, Washington is still showing up. So emotionally, we hadn't let go yet. And then a few days later, everything changed. We hadn't even been here a week. And a few days after I started working again, I was sitting at my desk and I work from home. So my dog Romeo, he would always sit next to my feet. And at one point that morning, I looked at him and I remember looking at him and thinking something is not right. I can't explain it, but he just wasn't himself. So I called a vet and I was told to immediately head to the emergency vet. And when I arrived there, they almost immediately took him from me. But at that time, I still thought everything was going to be okay. I thought maybe he's really tired from the trip. I heard allergies are bad here, so I thought maybe part of it is allergies. He was deaf and he was almost nearly blind, but other than that, he had always been remarkably healthy. He went everywhere with me. So I never imagined that I wouldn't be bringing him home that day. That thought never even crossed my mind. And then suddenly that became a reality. And Romeo was over 15 years old. We rescued him when he was 3, or at least so we were told. So for the last 12 years, it was just me and Romeo. He was part of almost everything I did. So not only am I trying to adjust to a new state, a new home, a new work schedule, a completely different environment. I am also trying to figure out a life without him. And yeah, honestly, some days it still feels very unreal. We've been here now 10 days only, and my work schedule is different because now I'm on the East Coast. So I'm done later in the day. Before I was done early in the day. So there are honestly some moments that I don't know what to do with myself because before work I was taking care of Romeo. I got up early to walk him, and during my lunch, he was a very slow walker due to his age. So my lunch was taking care of Romeo. Yeah, my routines revolved around him for 12 years, and now there are these empty spaces in my day where he used to be. Today, during my lunch break, I caught myself thinking I'm going to take him out for a walk, and then I remembered. And those little moments are sometimes the hardest. And right now, I feel like I'm in this really strange in between phase. Part of my heart is still in Washington, and a huge part of my heart is still with Romeo. And part of me is trying to figure out what this next chapter is going to look like. It almost feels like the chapter with Romeo ended when we left Washington. The truth is that I don't really know yet what Virginia Beach is going to mean to me. I've only been here about 9 days. Most of that time has been spent unpacking, settling in, going back to work, and trying to process everything that recently happened. So I don't think that Virginia really has had a fair chance yet. What I do know is that life can look very different in a few weeks after you think you have it all figured out. A few weeks ago, I thought that this move was going to be a story about leaving Washington. I never imagined that it would also become a story about saying goodbye to Romeo. So for now, I'm trying to stay open and I'm trying to stay patient with myself. I'm going to try not to compare every moment here to what I left behind. And maybe this place will surprise me. Maybe there are experiences and memories waiting for me here that I can't even imagine yet. I honestly don't know, but I'm willing to find out. And right now, I'm just taking it one day at a time. And when I'm ready to exploring more and making new memories here, I'll bring you along with me.